Eric Brink. I'm Vice President and Research Fellow with the Aberdeen Group based in Boston. I'm also an adjunct faculty in a master's program in information security at Brandeis University, and I was just invited to do the same in a similar program at Harvard. And it's my pleasure today to introduce to everybody and have a conversation with Dr. Jayshree Pandya, who is the founder of the Cybersecurity Risk Research Center. She's the founder of the Risk Group LLC. Both of these are based in Texas. And she's also author of the book called The Global Age, NGIOA at Risk. And I had to look this up, mind you. NGIOA stands for Nations, Government, Industries, Organizations, Academia. So Jayshree, welcome. It's nice to talk to you here on Peerless.
Thank you, Derek, and hello to everyone on Peerless. Let me take a moment to say a few words about my organization, Risk Group. It is an independent and integrated strategic risk research organization. It focuses broadly on the risk facing nations, its government, industries, organizations, and academia, and like Derek said, its approach is broad and encircling cyberspace, geospace, and space, CTS. It firmly believes that collaboration between, and across NGOs is beneficial across nations for not only in identification and understanding of critical risk facing one nation, but all nations. I really appreciate this opportunity to discuss what I'm really passionate about.
Well, Jayshree, in preparing to talk with you, I wanted to, I guess, reflect a little bit on my own work, and I just want to get our question. And so, in the context of cybersecurity, which is where your work and mine intersect, how do you define risk?
In the context of cyberspace, cybersecurity risks are those risks that arise from the potential of losing the value of the current as well as strategic entities, events, and relationships. It could range from current and strategic industries, businesses, technology, information and communication, and so on. And it's a measure of the extent to which an entity within any NGIOA is threatened by the potential changes of and due to the cyberspace, and it's typically a function of the adverse impact, loss of confidentiality, safety, accessibility, value, or availability of the current entities, events, and relationships of any component of an NGIOA in CGS, and the likelihood of the potential adverse impacts to the current and strategic operations of respective NGIOA in CGS. Definition, but that pretty much gives a thing about the risk that cyberspace brings to all of us.
Yeah, and I agree with you, and I actually just want to emphasize this for the audience, because I have found in my own work that in cybersecurity, people, I feel, don't actually have the risk. And I'll just highlight some of the words you use, but you talked about the possibility that these bad things would happen, or the likelihood of something happening, and risk has a definition. It's the same definition no matter what context we're talking about. It's the likelihood that something will happen, either good or bad, and the impact, the business impact of let's say in our case of that something happening should it actually occur. So if we're not talking about both the likelihood of something as well as the impact, we're really not talking about. My point is that so much of the time, very technical people who we find in cybersecurity are focused on the technical aspects. What are the vulnerabilities? What are the exploits? What are the paths that the attackers will take to exploit these vulnerabilities and achieve some kind of compromise and so on? So they're focused on maybe the likelihood side, and then they kind of wave their hands a little bit when it comes to the impact. And I just, again, for the sake of the audience, I just want to make sure they understand it. Have to talk about both if we're actually talking about risks. I hope you agree with what I'm saying here.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with that, because right now there is so much focus on technology and technical risk. And if you look at the risk management that is being done right now, mostly it has become like a process. A lot of organizations, corporations are having risk management discipline, but it has completely become a process, and they're focusing on operational risk, legal risk, compliance risk, and so on, and financial risk. But that doesn't make the whole. It's only about 20-25% of the overall risk They are not many people. I won't say all of them, but not many corporations or nations are focusing on the strategic risk, which is more than 70-75% of the overall risk profile. So that's where I have added all those here when I define the cybersecurity risk, because it is not only the current challenges that we are facing, technologically, technically, or process-wise in cybersecurity, but the strategic risk that every corporation, every nation would face when the innovations that could be coming from any nation, any industries, any sectors, would make their current or venture or initiative completely obsolete. So there is this greater need for what does cyberspace bring? How it is going to change the way we do things, change the way we do banking, the way we socialize, the way we govern. Those are the things we have to think about. The way we manage, the way we produce things, the way we manufacture things. How are those changes coming? How we need to be prepared? That is not there, and that's what I am focusing on. That we need to heavily focus on those areas, because otherwise it's like this, that cyberspace has made all the playing fields, has leveled all the playing fields. So if a nation was not successful, in the isolation space, because sitting in a remote place, very strong programmers, entrepreneurs, take initiatives, they could make it really successful. Where large corporations sitting here, they are not having any idea of what is going to hit them in the coming years. So that's really very critical concern, and I think we all, everyone across the nation, need to address that. What kind of strategic challenges we are going to face, strategic risks we are going to face.